Tax time isn't exactly a favorite time of the year for some people. In fact, the IRS reports 21.5 million Americans waited until last week to file in 2015. And that procrastination, more times than not, is of course a coping mechanism for stress. Here with something new on the horizon that can change all of that is Meg Sutton. She is Director of Retail Client Experience for H&R Block. Meg, good morning. So great to have you on the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So yeah, tax time, I gotta say, it's a pretty stressful time of the year, but I think a lot of times it's because you don't necessarily understand what you're doing. But I hear there's some new ideas that can actually help us save some money when it comes to filing and preparing taxes.
So there are really three common mistakes that people are making on their tax return. And the first is that they pick the wrong filing status. So for example, a single mother who has one dependent may think she needs to file single, when in fact, if she filed head of household, it would save her money. The second is not itemizing. Only about a third of tax filers itemize, and millions more could. And then finally, making sure you get all the deductions and credits that you're entitled to. So for example, giving to charity, make sure you bring in the receipt so that you can claim that on your tax return.
Yeah, a lot of kind of inside secrets there. What do you suggest people do, to try to take that stress out when it comes to filing and preparing? What's the first thing they need to do to kind of learn more about what you talked about and ask those right questions?
So first of all, take a deep breath and know that H&R Block is here to help, and even more than ever because we have an exclusive partnership with IBM Watson where we'll help uncover all the deductions and credits that you're entitled to. So for example, there are about 10 million people who are in what is called the sandwich generation. And this is where they're taking care of their aging parents at the same time that they're raising their own young family. And in many cases, they can claim them as a deduction on their a dependent on their tax return.
Is there anywhere online? I know H&R Block usually has a great website. Is that where you're sending people, or is it better to just kind of go in person and talk to somebody that way?
Yep, we have a great website, hrblock.com, or come in and talk to one of our tax pros and see what Watson can do for yourself in our offices.
And as we close here, what are some of the biggest mistakes, maybe the top two that people are making when it comes to filing those taxes?
So make sure that you have all your documentation, that you didn't leave anything at home so that you don't leave any money on the table. The second is making sure that you are protected for as far as any sort of tax ID theft. That's a big problem right now, and so make sure that you are watching all the correspondence from the IRS and protecting yourself.
Meg, thank you so much. And if you guys want more about learning how to de-stress when it comes to talking to Uncle Sam during tax time, head online to our website, fox4morningblend.com.